In process reporting with Sage Construction. Just want to thank everyone for coming this morning. My name is Anthony Madonna. I am the Director of Client Services, and joining us today is Robert Sandlin, who is the Managing Partner of Accordant. So today's topic that we selected was work in process. And the question is, why is WIP so important? Well, WIP is a must-have for any construction company that performs contract work that extends more than a few days. It's utilized to track the progress and the financial performance of a contractor's contract through the contractor's life cycle. Many financial institutions and surety companies place a high reliance on this WIP schedule and follow and track the numbers provided to them diligently. It's very important not to take these numbers lightly that you provide to your surety companies. This is a very important vehicle that most companies use to track the profitability of jobs. So how is WIP derived? A WIP schedule is generated based on 4 key amounts that need to be carefully derived from your Sage accounting system. You will need to methodically plan out some of the following amounts that will appear on a WIP schedule for each individual contract. So let's discuss these 4 key amounts. First, there is the contract value. What represents a contract value? Well, it starts with the original contract that you have with your customer. From that point on, you have changes that go on throughout the process of the contract. Those changes, when they become approved, increase your contract value and is an important factor in calculating your total contract value. The next is your cost incurred to date. So what represents costs? Costs are your accounts payable invoices and your labor costs, not just your hourly rates, but all the burden that's related to that labor cost also. One thing to point out is that it's not your purchase order or your commitment that's included in this cost incurred to date. It's the actual invoices that you receive from your vendors. The next amount that we're going to look at is total estimated cost. Total estimated cost is derived by taking your original budget plus any additional change orders that have been approved in the system. This will give you your total estimated cost to complete a project. This is a very important factor, and we'll discuss why later. Project billings is the last amount that we're going to look at. Project billings is where you bill your customers, and this cumulative number is used in calculating the percentage complete. So let's go and show you how this work in process is calculated. Step 1 is calculating the percentage complete. We do this by taking the cost incurred to date and dividing that number by our total estimated cost. This gives us a percentage complete. Now you can see how important that total estimated cost is. Many people do not even put a budget into their system or track the changes throughout the project. By not doing that, they don't have a true total estimated cost, thereby not giving them a true percentage complete. This percentage complete is the basis for the WIP calculation that is used by most accounting professionals to show your true profit on a project. This percentage complete is then multiplied by the contract to date. And as we said before, the contract to date includes your original contract plus any approved change orders that are in the system. Once we have that modified billing, we would take that and then take our project billings, our contract billings to date, subtract out that modified billing to give us an over or under billing. This over or under billing is the basis accrual for your accounting professional. This is how you kind of see where your profit really stands within the organization. By taking these modified billings amounts that gives you, and subtracting out your costs incurred to date, it will show you where your true profit is within the system. So why is Sage Construction software so important? Well, as you can see, these calculations are based on information that is within your system. Sage Construction software validates that information. By having the job costing accounting and your bookkeeping accounting together on one platform, you're able to validate all the construction costs within the system. Also, real-time information. You want this information at a touch of a button. You do not want to be spending weeks or months on end gathering information from different Excel worksheets, different bookkeeping systems to come up with the denominators and numerators you need to calculate your percentage of complete and over under billings. Real-time information is very important for you to be proactive and not reactive. In-house ropes prompts the auditor to review and analyze its operations, often revealing the inefficiencies of a job, showing contract overruns, and helping the owner to use corrective actions while the job is in progress, instead of waiting until the job is completed. So you can see by having Sage Construction software help you accumulate this data, you can really run your business in a more efficient way. So we're going to take a moment now and just show you how we can do this within our software. Joining us now is Bob Sandals, who's going to walk you through the software and show you how these amounts are reflected within the system.
Thank you, Anthony. Let's move right into the software. So to do that, we're just going to open up Sage 300. Sage 300 is the software we're going to use this morning to illustrate work in process reporting. Sage 300 Construction Real Estate is designed for firms that demand a flexible and customizable solution for their financial and operations management. Sage 300 is an integrated solution that scales to your growing business needs, from estimating to project management to accounting. This feature-rich solution not only enables in-depth analysis like work in process reporting, but also integrates your processes to contribute to the financial health of your organization. Our entry-level solution is Sage 100 Contractor. We're not going to look at that today, but much of what you see with Sage 300 is available in our entry-level solution as well. Sage 100 delivers an easy-to-use, low-cost solution and an implementation for lower-volume construction companies. It offers an integrated construction management solution that links all phases of your business cycle, from estimating, production and project management, accounting, analysis, and work in process reporting. So both 100 and 300 construction solutions by Sage offer work in process reporting. So let's take a look. I've got prepared this morning for everyone 5 sample work in process schedules. Let's take a look at this first one. And the first one is a basic work in process schedule with most of the columns that Anthony just referred to. So column 3, this happens to be a project list. Column 3 represents an estimate. Notice that it says total estimate, and in a subsequent work in process schedule, we'll see an original estimate changes the estimate in a revised or total estimate. This particular basic format just displays our most revised or total estimate, as well as the contract. So our current contract price on each job is, in this case, represented by column 4. Cost at complete. There's a whole conversation we can have behind this, but essentially that could be your estimate plus a project manager or owner's anticipated cost at complete or cost to complete. So most applications will feed you what you know or what it sees in the rearview mirror. Sage 100 and Sage 300 offer up the ability for you to forecast or predict what your cost at complete might be. So on this particular report, it happens to be the same number. So if there was no cost to complete added to jobs, it just looks at what your most revised estimate is. So follow the math, as Anthony had suggested. Column 4, or column 6, job to date cost, represents all costs posted to each job. Column 7 is a calculation of percent complete. So we take our cost, divide that by our cost at complete, we come up with a percent complete. That percent complete then is multiplied by column 4, our contract price. The contract price multiplied by percent complete is our earned revenue. Earned revenue subtracted from bill to date calculates then over under billings by job. So this is just one example of a work in progress schedule. And note up top, it's actually run with a specific date So we can run this anytime, and it will reflect your contract, your estimate, and your cost as of that specific date. Let's go take a look at another format. So the second one I'm going to open up for everyone is a little more detailed. So notice that this work in process schedule, again, date-driven, looks at all of our projects. And notice now that our contract amount, the estimated cost, reflect not just the revised, but the original amounts. So we have an original contract, an original estimate, changes to the estimate, and then revisions. And again, all the way over to the right, we're calculating billings in excess or costs in excess, all compared to what our earned revenue is compared to our billings to date. Let's take another look. This next one, notice that this work in progress schedule has the same calculations on the contracts and our cost, but notice over to the right, we're showing what's been earned prior year or prior years and this year. So often when we run into construction firms and we talk with their sureties, we're presented with a variety of formats. And it's important that when you review software that the programs offer up a variety of formats so that you're not having to depend on separate spreadsheets to run the business. Let's go ahead and look at one more, and then we're going to actually edit one. This one, let's go up a little bit wider here. Notice this one, same columns again, with some variation, but basically the same columns. But notice that it's actually sorting by department. So some firms actually want to look at work in progress schedules by job type, maybe by division. So this report is actually showing those and totaling across the company by division or job type, with totals across all projects. Let's have a little fun now. Let's open up a work in progress schedule and make some changes. Because I'm sure each of you right now looking at this is thinking, well, that's pretty close, but my columns may be a little bit different, and how easy is it to make those changes? So we're going to just go take a look at a work in progress that's built with some basic columns first. Notice that this one, again, has a number of columns laid out with revised contract, estimated cost, job to date cost, a percent complete. And in this case, that percent complete is being calculated based on cost against cost. So our job to date cost divided by our estimated cost is calculating a percent complete. That percent complete, again, multiplied by our contract, shows what we should have earned to date. And then we're making the assumption, right, that the over-under billings are calculating properly. So let's say you want to just verify these numbers. In the software, we could go in and change the display to reflect perhaps additional columns that are needed to just verify the numbers. So let's go in and add a column called Job to Date Billings. We'll go ahead and click that, and we're going to just say Job to Date Work Billed. We'll leave that as is. So now follow the columns. So we've just inserted on a query another column called Job to Date Billings. Notice that we've got the calculation again displayed. So $855,000 is earned revenue on this Columbia University job, of which we've actually billed $885,000. So we're overbilled by $29,000. The next job is calculating at 22% complete. $194,000 of revenue should be earned to date, but look at this, we've only billed $122,000. So we're underbilled on this job by $72,000. The basis of this, yes, is all on this percent complete, either calculated automatically for you, or at a job level, we could enter a percent complete. We could enter a percent complete by trade or task code. So notice that on any one of these projects, you could drill into detail. So we might be actually recording a percent complete or cost to complete or cost at complete at a trade or line item level, which might accumulate back to this percent complete and then do the same math. Let's have a little more fun. let's open up and add just a little bit more information like we looked at on the work in progress schedule 2 and 3. And let's go ahead and add, let's say, the original contract amount. So again, we're just using the software and the capabilities built into the base package to insert original contract. Anthony's comment earlier about having the integrity of the software, the values that we're inserting in this view are all a result of just running your company, entering contracts as you win them, logging in change orders as they're approved. Obviously, we track pending and approved. We're just going to insert approved change orders. And we're going to edit the terminology here. And we'll just make this say approved change orders. Now take a look at these columns. We've got original, approved, and revised. So this revised contract is a result of winning the bid at 2.4, getting approved change orders of 151. That's how we get to 264, or 2,640,000. Now, maybe we need to see the same thing on our estimates, right? So let's go in and just quickly insert a couple more columns. And we're going to grab another column in here. And again, you don't have to roll through it this way. There's the original estimate. And I'm sure right now we want to know what changes have we had to the estimate, right? So we're just going to insert this column right here called approved estimate. Changes. So again, original plus approved equals a revised estimated cost. Or let's say, let's even edit that column, and we want this to say revised estimated cost. Now these changes we're making aren't changing the underlying data. Again, there are programs within the software in both our Sage 100 and Sage 300 software that allow you to track estimates, track changes, obviously identify cost and charge the projects. What we're doing is simply just showing or displaying that information in a way that serves up a specific reporting need, work in process reporting. Now I'm sure there's some of you saying, that's pretty good, Accordant, Sage, but we really need to take this information and just drop it into an Excel spreadsheet because perhaps we want to do something more. So what some organizations will do with our products is actually edit this, save it. Each month or each quarter they need to run the report or look at the data. They just pop it up and everything is displayed this way. And at any point, we could just email it, or one click takes all that information, drops it right into an Excel spreadsheet with those columns we just revised. And then from here, perhaps we want to just put some totals on it. So work in process reporting should be based on your cost accounting systems, not diminishing the need perhaps to drop it out to Excel, but the underlying data is all sourced from transaction entry to run your business. So this is just one example of taking information from a standard work in progress schedule and dropping it to Excel for other reporting needs. Another way to do this is to actually build a template in Excel and link it to our data. So each week or each month or quarterly, when you need to run the report, you'd simply open up that form or that workbook, click refresh within Excel, and all the data refreshes to the Excel template that you built. So this is just one example of what a construction solution can do for your company. WIP reporting is absolutely required for many firms, and it's important that the sureties out there recognize that certain solutions are better at monitoring the cost and tracking the changes on jobs and then delivering the data in the formats that are required. Please contact us if we can help your firm with WIP reporting, whether or not it's a Sage product. certainly we specialize in delivering Sage construction solutions, but can help your organizations with other solutions as well. Let's see if there are any questions that have come up. If anybody has anything, please go ahead and enter them into the little chat window on the right, and we can help you. We'll wait just a minute or two to see if there's any questions coming in. Okay. It looks like we are through for today, so thank you so much for joining in. And please contact us if we can help you with work in progress scheduling in your company. Thank you.